so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here I'm screaming. Okay, it's a dream, and I pray as a team. One day it'll be me. If I want it, then I'll get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for today. For a minute, I don't stay, I just visit. Have no shame, I admit it. Looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now. Swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop, there ain't no time to fall. Try to live, get it up, you got one life to ball. Thinking big, never small, cause you gotta want it all. When you finally get that call, you get ready, take it on. Need a hand out, I already stand out. Starting to advance now, ready to expand now. You don't have a chance now, cause we're in demand now. Make it by the grand now, feeling in command now. They're looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to a weekend update. Gosh, it's been a while. It's been quite a while since we've had a weekend update, and I think for this one, definitely be a little bit more honest, transparent. The last couple weeks have been really rough for me. Had a lot of questions going on, had a lot of doubts and thoughts, and I think this week for our thoughts and motivations of the week, like I've got a few videos that I just kept replaying, and the videos that I share, a lot of those videos like are for me. Like they're the videos that I found to keep myself motivated and encouraged, and then I want to share them because maybe it'll encourage someone else. And some of the videos that I found, there's one in particular that we'll start with that I just kept replaying over and over again because that's what I had to keep telling myself. The last couple of weeks have been very depressing, honestly. Very hard for me to mentally climb out of that area. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that coming up. But before anything else, I want to give a shout out to The Dying Breed, my Patreon community, and thank them. So thank you to Warrior Bernard, who is already in the chat. saying, "Hail, Dying Breed, B2s, and Gullah Masters." What's up, my dude? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out. So, Warrior Bernard in the chat. Special thank you to fighters Maxwell Foster Q. We've got Guardian Wilkie. We've got Soldiers Boslow, Little Panda Aiden, Unwired, and of course, Defenders LG, Jodan, Miss Aoife, Duck Commander Stephen Landry, and our newest member of the Dying Breed community, Sam. So, thanks, Sam, for joining us. We'll get you updated on the graphics there. So, yeah, you guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great Saturday. It's the 11th of January, 2025. We have made it to a new year. We're tackling it. And this weekend update is going to be very personal. We're going to share a lot of stuff. So for those of you who know, I've had a back/hip injury from the military that I sustained. There was a period of 3 weeks for all of Christmas, New Year. I kept reactivating that back injury. I reactivated it 3 times. I caught a sinus infection. So, like, I had the back injury, caught the sinus infection, reactivated it the next week, couldn't sleep and still dealing with the sinus infection, reactivated it again. It was just nonstop. And so I actually got down to the point where I was sleeping in my little recliner because I couldn't lay flat without my back acting up. So, of course, when you have no sleep, you're constantly in pain, you're sick. Like, I was just not mentally there to write. And then we fast forward to Gullah Masters release, which was January 8th. This bad boy hit bookshelves on Amazon. Ooh, that is really bright. There we go. So this bad boy hit bookshelves on January 8th. We were able to get a massive shipment of books out, so that was really cool. Wanted to get them out for Christmas presents, and I've had some friends who have kids, so I was like, dude, I want to get these books out as Christmas presents for the kids. So there's still some books that need to go out. I ran out of supply, ordered an additional shipment of author copies, and of course, like, those things take 2 weeks to a month to get here. So still waiting for the second batch of author copies to send out the next group. So let's get to the chat. Hey, hail, Mr. Lombardi. Hope everything is amazing and fantastic. Keep being amazing. Thank you so much, Wolfie. I appreciate that. Congrats on enduring the hard times. Thanks, dude. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, man. Hail, Mr. Lombardi. Hope all is ducky and amazing. Hope all is good and know you are amazing. Thanks, little panda Aiden. So, oh my gosh, you guys. So Gullah Masters release was on the 8th of January. It wasn't as successful of a launch as I had hoped, but I am still extremely grateful for some of the traction that I've gotten from it. But from dealing with the injuries and everything else, and then dealing with the launch, like, I extremely got into a massive amount of depression. And we'll talk about, like, why I'm going there. I think for myself, there was a few other authors that were talking within the author groups. Many of us authors struggle with depression. I know I am not the only one. I've got other authors who have openly admitted that and talked about that on some of the author panels that we go through. And I don't know why, but book launches for me are just an extremely depressing time. It's just probably some of the lowest points that I have. And you would think, oh my gosh, you're launching a book. Like, this should be an amazing time. This should be a huge time of celebration and acceptance of an accomplishment, something that many people don't do. But for some reason, it is just a massive amount of depression. I don't understand why that is. Maybe it's a fear of failure, a fear of success. Like, you have both of these fears. Like, you're afraid if it goes super successful, like, what are you going to do? But you're afraid that it's just going to flop like all your other books or whatever. There's just a lot of doubt. There's a lot of depression. And so I was dealing with that. I was dealing with that over this last week. I was dealing with those thoughts of quitting. I won't lie. For a whole week, I basically questioned myself and asked myself, why am I still doing this? Like, at what point do we just give up? At what point do we quit? At what point do we just say, hey, it was fun while it lasted? Do we just shut the Patreon down? Do we just stop the StreamYards, the weekend updates? Like, do we just stop writing altogether? And so this constant cycle of depressing and doubtful thoughts has been going on for a whole week. And so that's where the motivational videos that I have, there's one or two that just kept replaying in my mind over and over and over again. So this week was rough. The last 3 weeks have been extremely rough. Those 2 weeks that I was hurt and sick, my mom came out to visit. I didn't do any writing at all. So of course my numbers went down, but I was just not in the right mindset. So it was good to have that break from writing. But what I will say is we've talked about it so much as far as the routine. Having a routine that will get you to the results you want. So earlier this week, as I am battling all of this doubt, this depression, I was like, okay, well, I have free time. I think it was Monday night. We have free time. I need to write. And so I sat down and I wrote a little bit. And I enjoyed it. Like, even though it was hard and it was slow, I still enjoyed it. So then yesterday, I was like, hey, this is our day off. We write on our days off. Like, that's the way it is. And work was extremely busy. I did 4 hours of overtime on Thursday, and I have to go back into work tomorrow. So, I lose a day off there. But Friday, I was like, hey, this is why we do this. Like, Friday is our day of writing. So I sat down and I wrote some more. And so this week, I need to update my sheet here. This week, I was able to get to 7,818 words for the week. And as you guys know, the goal for my weeks are 10,000 words a week, if not more. With football season over, my goal is to get those 10,000 words in and also get back into hiking and getting outside and enjoying the weather, enjoying other activities, which is what is on today's agenda. But that brings Golem Master Book 3 to a total of 52,853 words. Where did my mouse go? Oh, there it is. Woo! Okay. So that brings this year's writing total to 98,085 words. It brings the overall total of my career to 1,197,000. So by the time I get to my 10,000 words for the week, I'm going to hit my 1.2 million word mark. So why do I say all of that? Well, I say all of that because I told myself, like, this is the routine that we said we were going to do. My mind did not want to do it. My spirit did not want to do it. I felt crushed. I felt defeated. My heart wasn't there. My mind wasn't there. Like, nothing was there. But this little voice within me said, our routine is that we write on Friday. So with only, 1,800 words that I had written on that Monday, I sat down at the computer and I just started writing. I glanced over the scene, what I had written before, where we were at in the story, and I just continued on. And then eventually I got a little bit more excited. Then eventually I got a little bit more excited. And then I got a little bit more excited. And I was happy. And I had to look at it and I had to think about those videos. I had to look at Golem Master's release. And I just had to keep telling myself, dude, we're not going to quit. Like, even though you want to quit, and even though you want to give up, and even though you want to do these things, we're not going to. Because this is the road that we chose to take. And this is just another bump in the road. This is just another hardship in the road, and you have to get over this. So, with all that being said, Golem Master Book 3, I am excited with where we're at. I know Book 1 is laying a foundation, and I know Book 2 was completely made up, like it wasn't supposed to exist, but I just loved going down it. And I think here in Book 3, for those who will continue to read the series and get to Book 3, it's really good where for those that are wanting to know more about the rune theories and building runes and crafting runes, and then the demonology, the different demons that are within this world and that are being fought. And then from the mech side of things, the mechanized fighters that humanity uses to fight the demons, all of that is really culminated in Book 3. And I think it's I think it's really well being introduced. I think I'm doing a good job in that. And what was crazy as well, as you guys know, as I've thought about this and as I've continued to develop this, or at least writing this series, I've done those plot points where I move the plot points to different places. For these plot points, seeing with where we're at with 52,000 words already, I know Book 2 left off at 177,000 words. There's a very good chance Book 3 is also going to hit that mark, or maybe even surpass that mark. So there's a good chance that we could hit that 177,000 word amount. There's even a chance that we could go to 200,000. I don't know. It's just the way I've seen my writing progress, or at least develop within this world, and the things that I still want to cover and attach to. I have a very just this instinctual belief that Book 3 is going to be really large as well, especially when we get into more of the rune crafting, the golem crafting, all these different things. Like, we're really covering the demonology right now in this part of the book, which I think is really good. And I think you guys are really going to love it, because we go into the actual stats of the demons and what we know of them. And then we're actually also going to be building in more lore and other things that'll carry on later. And what was great was thinking it back to Book 1 with Kyle's character, Wilkie, at the junkyard. I see a new connection point with Book 3 and Book 1 and how I can tie that together going in for maybe even Book 5. So, yeah, so I'm super excited. And so far, even though I have not gotten the traction for Book 1 that I was hoping to get right out the gate, seeing how it goes and seeing how it progresses. Book 4, I feel like, is going to have to be its own standalone with what we're going to do. And it's a super huge, like, it's very much going to be a surprise for you guys. I think you won't see it coming with what happens. But then, of course, once Book 4 is done, we have to come back to the main line of things, the main storyline, and continue on. And that's going to change everything as we know it to a certain point. So I at least feel like with Book 3, I need to finish it the way it is. Book 4 will then be its own kind of thing that has to take place, but it's really going to change everything. And then Book 5 more than likely will be the conclusion of the whole series, I think. I could be wrong. I could see, like, I just got to feel that out, right? But I at least feel like right now we have a good 5 books within this series. So it's just all how I can make it work, how I can fill out these plot points, right? So with that being said, again, just to rehash, I was really happy to get to the point of keeping with the routine, because the routine is what drove me to keep going. When your heart's not in it, when your mind's not in it, when your spirit's not in it, but that voice inside you says, this is what we committed to, and this is what we're going to do. Like, it was so tempting. And we'll actually talk about temptation here in a few minutes. It was so tempting for me to just be like, dude, let's just play League of Legends Teamfight Tactics. Let's just play that. We don't need to write. Just give up. It's not worth it. But I was like, nope, this is what I'm going to do. So, able to get 7,818 words in. I am going to try to get those other 2,500 words in tonight when I get back home from a short little, I'm going to go have some fun today. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go to a museum that I'm really excited for. So I'm just going to spend time in the museum learning shit that I probably should have learned earlier in life. But so yeah, so we're going to hopefully hit that 52,000 words, just under 53,000 words for book 3, which again, I think you guys are going to love. I'm also trying, for those of you who got book 1 early, I have a plan for book 2. Very similar in nature, but I'm going to try to do a surprise, like a really special surprise that I think some people are going to enjoy. So yeah, so I'm going to try to do something special to put into book 2, as like a, we did our stickers and stuff. I think not doing stickers this next time, but something special. I'm really excited. Something like extremely collector-ish for those who have supported me this whole time for the Dying Breed community, because you guys have just been amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. So yeah, those are the writing updates, you guys. Let's go to Brandon. He had a comment. A book isn't a flop because it doesn't have traction, bro. It takes time to find the reader it resonates with. The results are the long game. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're not wrong, dude. And that was what I had to keep reminding myself this entire time, dude. Like, wanting to quit for 3 weeks, just wanting to quit and give up, and then having the book launch, and I just wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. But I had to keep telling myself, and there's a video here, like literally the first video I'm going to show you guys is exactly what I kept telling myself over the last 3 weeks. So let's jump into it. Brandon, did you say there's no sound? Can you not hear those videos playing? I mean, because I can hear them, but I just want to make sure you can hear them. So, all right, confirm if you can or cannot hear it. What I'll do is I'll stop sharing that. Okay, thanks, Dave. No sound. Okay, I'm going to try to reshare the screen, and we'll see if we can get the sound. Also share system sound. Okay, let's share this. I wonder, okay.
There's 1,000 people trying to do exactly what you're trying to do.
Now.
And after 3 years, that 1,000 goes down to 100 because everybody quits, okay? And now you're competing against 100. And then 3 more years go by. And out of that 100, there's 20, okay? So now 6 years in, out of 1,000 people, there's only 20 left. And then 3 more years out of that 20, there's 10. This is how it works. It's persistence. It's fortitude. It's grit. It's persevering the hard times. It's pushing through the times when everybody else quits. It's pushing through those times that produce the greatness that everybody searches to have. And then when you become great at that craft and everybody else has quit, you feel super fulfilled because you're confident. You know what you're doing. You've been doing it for 12 years and everybody else quit. And then you're way ahead of the 1,000 people who are starting this year, the same path you're on. So those people are easy money for you. You just beat their asses. This is how the game works. There's 1,000 people trying to do.
All right. Like that video is what I have played nonstop for 3 weeks. Right? Because I just kept telling myself, dude, we're now 3 years into this. 3 years of grinding, 3 years. So that 1,000 people is now down to 100. I am now down to 100 people. Can I keep going? Because in 3 years, in that 100 people, now I'm only competing against the 20. And it's so hard when you're starting. Like, I knew it was going to be hard. I had no idea it was going to be this hard, but take this much of a toll, right? Like, just the constant struggle bus. And so that's where, you know, I just kept reminding myself, like, dude, you want to quit? Well, guess what? You've already outlasted those 900 people. And now it's just down to you and 100. If you quit now, you're not going to make it to the other 20. Like, this is the next 3 years when all of those other 80 people give up. So don't quit. And so that's where I'm like, all right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. We'll probably play that at the end of the stream because it's just such a good motivational thing. And so then this quote that I found, you know, the positive thinker sees the invisible, feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible, by Winston Churchill. And so when I found that, I started watching a documentary on Winston Churchill on Netflix, which was extremely good. And his story is so inspiring to a certain point. So with that, you know, I just kept thinking about Winston Churchill and the things that that man went through and had to endure, and the symbol that he had to give for his people, right? The symbol he had to be for the people during World War II. And so to think about that, like, the positive thinker sees the invisible. Like, there's so many of those people that are quitting because they lost sight of the invisible. Like, they started with this vision that only they could see, and then after that time frame, they lost sight of that. And so I had to keep telling myself and keep reminding myself, like, dude, you have to keep seeing what doesn't actually exist yet. And then, you know, the achievement of the impossible, when you're starting out against those 1,000 people of competition, it almost seems impossible to last those 12 years, to be within the top 10. But that's where that impossible is what you're telling yourself that you can't achieve. And so I'm like, all right, well, keep going. Don't give up.
Focused fool can accomplish more than a distracted genius. And so your most valuable asset isn't your time, it's your attention. A man with time and distractions will always lose to a man with a deadline and a singular focus. And so it's never been easier to be successful than it is today. It's just also never been easier to be distracted. My father used to tell me, a focused fool can accomplish more than a distracted genius. And so your most valuable asset isn't your time, it's your attention. A man with time and distractions will always lose to a man with a deadline and a singular focus. And so it's never been easier to be successful than it is today. It's just also never been easier to be distracted.
So, you know, I've told a few people who have wanted to start writing, like, dude, this is all you're going to have time for at this point. If this is what you want to do, if being a storyteller is what you want to be, then that is what you have to be. And I will normally ask people when they ask me about writing, I'm like, do you want to write a book or do you want to be a storyteller? If you want to write a book, who cares if it takes you 10, 20 years? Like, you write a little bit here, a little bit there, you put on Amazon, hey, yay, congratulations. Like, I have a book. Oh my God, this is cool. But like, if you want to be a storyteller and you want to pursue this path, the biggest thing that you're going to have is the distractions, the temptations to go away from that, where, hey, if I have free time, this is all I'm doing. This is all I am focusing on. This is the routine that I have. I get off work, I come home, I try to get somewhat of a workout in, I then write. If I have free time, I write. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, off, we write all day. Saturday, we write as much as possible. Sunday, we relax, watch a movie, go outside, go hiking, do the groceries, do the food prep, do the laundry, get ready for work, go to work. That is the routine. When I have free time, I will play League of Legends, Teamfight Tactics to veg out. But the games, the tons of movies, like whatever, like I don't fulfill or I don't give in to the temptation of distraction. That is the biggest thing. When writing, I almost always have to turn off all of social media. That is the biggest thing. Social media, the internet, you know, the reels, the things, that is the biggest time suck. That is the biggest thing that degenerates my growth as a writer, and you have to fight it every fucking day. There's just no way around it. So how determined are you? And how much are you able to shut off the distractions to achieve the goal you want to be, or the goal that you want to achieve?
My favorite Chinese proverb is everything must be hard before it can be easy. I think it's amazing what you can endure when you have no choice. Because at the end of the day, life is hard, but believing it should be easy makes it even harder. My favorite Chinese proverb is everything must be hard before it can be easy. I think it's amazing what you can endure when you have no choice. Because at the end of the day, life is hard, but believing it should be easy makes it even harder.
I think the biggest difference there is when you have no choice. When you're choosing to be a writer, when you're choosing to be a bodybuilder, when you're choosing to be a guitar player, whatever, a video game creator, you have to choose that hardship every day. You have to wake up accepting the fact of this is the hardest thing I am working on because I am choosing this, and it's so like it is a path of continual struggle until you get to the easy point. But then you may get to the easy point, and then you realize there's new hardships and more hardships I am enduring. Am I able to keep choosing this every day? That's the hard part, man. At 1.2 million words, the experience of what you can communicate from that has the power of so much impact. And that's 1.2 million recorded, not all the words cut, re-edited, plotted, thought out, changed, etc. Yeah, man, it's crazy.
You are going to pay a price. Now, whether you pay that price now or whether you pay that price later, that price is going to be paid. Paying the price now means doing what you need to do right now to build that version of yourself that's going to create the life that you desire in the future. And there's a reward for paying that price up front. And then there's people who choose to pay it later. Those are people who say, I'm in my 20s. My 20s should be spent having fun. And those people pay a price, but they pay it later. Right now, they're having fun. Right now, they're carefree, but they're destroying their future. And by the time they get to be 35 or 40 or 50 years old, they're going to be pinned into an existence that they cannot tolerate. And that's the price that they're going to have to pay. You are going to pay a price. Now, whether you pay that price now or whether you pay that price later, that price is going to be paid. Paying the price now means doing what you need to do right now to build that version of yourself that's going to create the life that you desire in the future. And there's a reward for paying that price up front. And then there's people who choose to pay it later. Those are people who say, I'm in my 20s. My 20s should be spent having fun. And those people pay a price, but they pay it later. Right now, they're having fun. Right now, they're carefree, but they're destroying their future. And by the time they get to be 35 or 40 or 50 years old, they're going to be pinned into an existence that they cannot tolerate. And that's the price that they're going to have to pay. You are.
So, you know, thinking about this now, 12 years, like he talked about at the very beginning, the very first video, 12 years. I'm 3 years into it. I have 9 years to go. Where am I going to be in 9 years? If I'm still here, right? If I'm still alive, if I don't get into like some accident, ice comet hits me walking in the neighborhood, whatever. Well, 9 years from now, I'll be 46, 47 years old. And 47 years old, what will I have achieved by not giving up? What will I have achieved in my book writing and my storytelling by not giving up? How much more? So, you know, how much more will I create than the people that gave up at the 3-year mark? It's not easy, man. But that's where it's like, dude, is this, you know, you're going to pay the price later. In 9 years, when I look back and I'm like, man, now I want to start writing again. Or 3 years from now, if I give up and in 3 years, I'm like, man, I want to start writing again. How much will I have lost by actually quitting rather than just keep grinding for those 3 years? That's what I keep telling myself.
Real motherfuckers are obsessed with what they do. The people who win the biggest are obsessed. Anybody that wins at the highest level, that's how they operate. It might not be healthy. It might not be what most people want. It certainly isn't balanced, but it's the real story. I'm not saying you got to do it. I'm not saying it's for you. I'm saying what it actually takes. And nobody else wants to say that shit because you can't fucking sell it. You can't go out and sell the idea, hey man, this is going to beat your ass for the rest of your life, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to take everything, and it's going to make everything else in your life come second place, and it's not going to be fun most of the time, and you're going to struggle most of the time, and it's going to be how do you sell that to someone? The game will take everything you have, and if you want to win at a mediocre level, it'll take less. If you want to win at the highest level, it's going to take more. And that's the way the fucking cookie crumbles when it comes to this. And you can argue about it. You can bitch about it. You can judge it. I don't give a but that is the way it is. Real motherfuckers are obsessed with what they do. The people who win the biggest are obsessed. Anybody that wins at the highest level, that's how they operate. It might not be healthy. It might not be what most people want. It certainly isn't balanced, but it's the real story. I'm not saying you got to do it. I'm not saying it's for you. I'm saying what it actually takes. And nobody else wants to say that shit because you can't fucking sell it. You can't go out and sell the idea, hey man, this is going to beat your ass for the rest of your life, and it's going to be hard, and it's going to take everything, and it's going to make everything else in your life come second place, and it's not going to be fun most of the time, and you're going to struggle most of the time, and it's going to be how do you sell that to someone? The game will take everything you have. And if you want to win at a mediocre level, it'll take less. If you want to win at the highest level, it's going to take more. And that's the way the fucking cookie crumbles when it comes to this. And you can argue about it. You can bitch about it. You can judge it. I don't give a but that is the way it is. Real mother.
It's right there, man. It's right there. Real talk. Simple as that. When I write now, it's soul searching. I find I'm fixing the internal conflicts within. It feels like I'm building the version of myself that I can love. Dude, that's awesome, man. I love that. And I'm not trying to downplay those that are there. There's like hobbyist writing. There's the soul searching writing, like you're talking about. There's lots of different ways to write. There's people that write poetry. There's people that journal. There's people that do all these things. They write reflections of life and everything else. And that's fine. But I think for those that are writing with trying to be a storyteller and trying to create worlds and stories and, you know, all these types of things, like there's just a very hard price to pay. And I think a lot of it is like, if you just want to write for fun and a hobby and just, oh man, this is enjoyment. This is pleasure for me to just have a nice hobby to do in my free time. And I don't care how long it takes me. I don't care if it sells or whatever. I just do it for the pleasure of writing. I think that's a very different thing. And yeah, it's just so hard. And so that's where, just to be real with you guys, like those were the struggles that I was going through for the last 3 weeks, especially this week. And man, that routine saved my ass. And then these videos of just telling yourself, like, it is going to be fucking hard. It is going to be a nonstop struggle. It's going to be a nonstop challenge. You're going to have to keep pushing yourself harder and harder and harder. And after your first 3 years, you're only down to 100. Can you survive the next 3 years to get down to 20? Can you survive the next 3 years to get down to 10? And all along the way, you're getting better and better and better. You just can't quit on yourself. So, 3 years down. Many more to go. That's the end of this week for motivation. That's the end of this week for the thoughts. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys found some inspiration for it. And for me, just being real with you guys about the struggles that I go through, the struggles that I think many other authors go through. But at least for me, those are the struggles that I deal with, that I endure. Not easy, but we're here, right? We're grinding. Hey, what up, Principal Stevens? Thank you so much, man. Thanks so much for your support, for the review, all the help, the shout outs on the social medias and stuff. That's it's really awesome, really encouraging. We're basically wrapping up the show, man. So sorry. I mean, we covered everything. Not a whole lot else to go on. You can definitely backtrack and get the updates on Golem Master 3. Really excited for where we're going with the story. But yeah, it's been good stuff, man. Good stuff. I hope you're having a great weekend. Dude, much love to you as well, dude. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out, man. I really appreciate it. Means a lot. All the love, all the support. So, all right, you guys, that is it. I need to get cleaned up. I need to start getting ready for this museum visit. I'm super excited. But from now, again, major shout out. Thank you to the Dying Breed, Warrior Bernard, Fighters Maxwell, Foster, Cube, Guardian Wilkie, Defender, or Soldiers, Boswell, Little Panda 8, and Unwired, Defenders, LG, Jodan, Masifa, Landry, and of course our newest member, Sam. Oh, Jamie, what's up, my dude? It's good to see you. The ultimate Brit has entered the chat. Oh my gosh, dude. So it's great to see you, man. I hope you and the family are doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Golem Master Book 1 is officially out now and available. Audiobook is still, we're not dead set on the recording date. It could be anytime from March to May. I just sent Dan a message yesterday to asking him a question about that. So we'll see where we can go, what we can get done with it. But it is on the way. It is on the way. And I'm excited. I cannot wait for him to finish up the full thing. So with that, you guys, I need to get going. I need to get off for the weekend, but I hope you guys have a great weekend. Definitely, for those of you who want the updates on the books and what's going on, jump to the front of the video stream and you can have your updates there. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. I'll try to answer them next week. But again, much love to you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great weekend. Get your read on, and we'll see you next week.
I have a dream, that's all I need, I'll make it happen, absolutely, I can't believe know what I want, so I'll take it on, I'll make mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the night inning. There ain't no point in resisting. Living life like a dream, live it right, that's the thing. Every night, got a team, I've been tied to the scene. Out on stage, here I'm scream. Okay, it's a dream, and I pray as a team. One day, it'll be me. If I want it, then I'll get it. Head down, don't regret it. Push myself to the limit. If I play it, then I win it. I'm just saying, I'm just living for today. For a minute, I don't stay, I just visit. Have no shame, I admit it. You can count on me. looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now. Swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop, there ain't no time to fall. Try to live, get it up, you got one life to ball. Thinking big, never small, cause you gotta want it all. When you finally get that call, you get ready, take it on. Need a handout, I already stand out. Starting to advance now, ready to expand now. You don't have a chance now, cause we're in demand now. Make it by the grand now, feeling in command now. They're looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me.